Hello my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for coming to my channel and always supporting me the way that you do. If you're totally new, then my name is Stef and I'm the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach, and what I do is I work with spiritual people and spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to do very deep levels of healing in order to powerfully align with more of who they truly are on this deep soul level, higher self level, and as a result they're able to then create their greatest level of success in life. And here on my YouTube channel, I generally bring forward messages around the energy readings. So I usually do my best to show up on Tuesdays for that. And then on Thursdays and Saturdays, I generally will bring forward messages that my spirit guides ask me to speak on. So if you watched my last video, which my last video was all around the December 2020 energy reading, I believe it'll be linked up here in the cards for you to check out afterwards. I discussed a little bit about why I didn't show up as often as I normally do in November. So if you want to know why, be sure to check that out because I don't want to repeat myself again. But yeah, I know this week's weekly energy reading is late. And by the time you get this, it'll probably be almost close to Friday, but whatever, better late than never. I'm coming online. I'm trying to get these videos done. And I really hope that today's message does help you in some way. Even though it is a little bit late in the week, I really hope that it does significantly serve you. And I definitely recommend that you go watch my December 2020 energy reading video as well. As I said, I will link it up in the cards for you to watch as well. If you're watching on mobile, then you can go to the drop-down settings in the description or something like that. There will be this option there with a little eye that you can click on to see my other videos. So anyway, yeah, this video is on the energy for November 30th through December 6th, okay? So if you're watching this video at a later time, then just trust that you found this video for a reason and that there are going to be messages for you in this video that are going to greatly serve you, and that may be exactly what you need at this time, okay? So let's get into the energy reading. And again, my videos generally tend to be a little bit long, so if you want to change the speed settings on this video, you're more than welcome to go to the settings and adjust it to the speed that is best for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read out loud what my guides and we channeled last night on the energy for this week, and I really hope that that helps you. So what they said is that there are two things that they wish to communicate in regards to this week's energy. Now, the first is the importance of healing. Some of us are still dragging around some energies that we must let go of in order to step into this new energy that the month of December is providing us with, okay? And what I asked what this healing stuff was related to or connected with, and they said that for many people it has to do with a sense of loss, that we are processing or grieving, in a sense, something that we feel we've lost. And then for others, it's about limiting beliefs and fears. Now, they said that the reason this is coming up is for several reasons. Some people here watching have lost loved ones, probably due to maybe coronavirus related type things or just other things, tragic accidents, illnesses, unexpected things. But we've lost loved ones, jobs, homes, etc., relationships maybe. So there are some of us here that have lost something, someone. And some people have even felt like they lost a year, okay, like a year was wasted or something like that. So because the year maybe didn't unfold in the way in which that they had hoped for or expected it to. So whatever the case may be for you in terms of something that you are kind of grieving through in terms of a loss, what they said is that you must process this sense of loss and choose to let it go and make peace with it instead of continuing to drag it around. And I really feel the need to be sensitive to those of you who have lost loved ones. In this case, if you've lost like someone who has left the physical plane and has transitioned onto some other dimension, because I know that that's not always the easiest thing. And we all are going through our own unique experience when it comes to grieving someone that we've lost in life, okay? That journey is going to be different for everyone. But I feel like what they're trying to say is in the sense of, and I don't know any nicer way to say this, so I really hope that you take my intention behind how I'm communicating this, is that don't allow the loss of someone that you loved here in life that is no longer here to be the excuse for why you don't live your own life here fully. So don't allow losing someone to be your excuse and your reason for why you don't make the most of this life, okay? And that doesn't mean that you can't still be sad or upset or have moments where you break down and cry because you remember that person or anything like that. It's part of life. It's natural. It's okay to experience these things, but just don't let that be the reason that drags you from really continuing on with your own life, okay? And I say that with so much love, and I really hope that that reaches whoever needed that message at this time, because I know that in those moments when we've lost someone and it just feels so heavy to us and we feel like we don't have the will to live or to go on, or it's just really impactful, right? It's really hard. But at some point, you have to decide that you don't want to stay in that place and that you're ready to pick yourself up and move yourself through that process. And like I said, this is our own unique journey. It's different for everyone. I did a video, which I will link up here in the cards as well, where I was processing the death of my uncle as well, who passed a few months ago. And I remember him from time to time. And when I do, I have tears in my eyes, I get sad. And it is difficult. And, in that video, it was a real raw moment for me because I think I recorded that video like 2 days after he passed. It was difficult for me then, but I had to bring up strength from within myself to continue to move forward with my life and my business and not allow myself to be dragged down in my sadness in that moment. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but that was what I felt I needed to do for myself in that moment. And so I'm sure for those of you who are listening to this message, whenever you listen to it and you need this, and you can take this as it resonates for you, maybe it could be the loss of a relationship you were in and you're no longer in, friendship, a job, or whatever it is, and you felt like you've lost that and you just feel so heavy by it and just weighed down by it, thinking of all the things that could have been or should have been or whatever it was, you could have done differently. All that stuff, don't allow yourself to wallow in that much longer than is maybe beneficial. Sometimes those things are beneficial in some way. They show you a lot about yourself, what you need to heal, what you need to release, all that jazz. But at some point you have to know when it's time to move on from that. So choose to move on from that when you feel it's time, and don't let whatever you lost to be the excuse for why you don't pick yourself back up and bring forward the strength and move yourself forward, okay? So I really hope that helped you there. Now, what else did they say here? They said, then for those of you needing to heal from limiting beliefs and fears, the reason this is coming up for those of you who fall under this category is because of the upcoming new year and the fears you have around embracing it, because you worry that 2021 will be much like 2020. So that's what the energy this week is kind of bringing up for some people is, it's the first week of December. We're consciously or subconsciously thinking holy crap, 2021 is weeks away. And that might bring up some conscious or unconscious fears or resistance around thinking that, oh my God, is 2021 going to be just like 2020, and this is for those of you who feel negatively in some kind of way about how 2020 unfolded for you. Okay, so there's resistance around stepping into this new year because you're afraid of certain things from 2020 repeating themselves or coming back. So you must let that fear go in order to truly move on and not allow the fear to make you feel bad in any way. As I wrote that and channeled it, I saw a person feeling like they were weighed down or being squashed by some kind of heavy weight. So that's how some people feel. If it will do you no good to enter the new year with those fears and beliefs, okay? So it's not going to be supportive of you turning things around in 2021, making the most of 2021 if you're stepping into this new year with all of the old heavy energy, the fears and stuff from the past, okay? You got to choose to let that go in order to step into 2021 with more of a cleaner slate. And so this week, it's really an opportunity for you to process that stuff, process the limiting beliefs and fears, process that loss, all that stuff, so that it doesn't continue to follow you into the next year, okay? They said, choose to embrace them and move on. The second thing that we wish to mention for this week's weekly energy reading is surrender your concerns and trust in the process. There are many of you who are wanting to do this very hastily, who are wanting to do things very hastily in these last few weeks of the year, all because you feel you're running out of time and don't have much to show for it, or that you must do something in order to meet your goals. Okay, so right now, some people are feeling a sense of urgency because, first week of December, we're nearly done with this year, and some of us are like, crap, I got a few more weeks left to get it together, turn things around, or hit these goals, or make stuff happen, and I got to do this. And some of us are wanting to hastily do things, rush into things, maybe force them to happen. I can feel lots of tension right now in my neck and upper shoulder areas, because there's some people that are like, got to do this. And you're rushing yourself, you're pushing yourself, you're forcing it, right? And so this is you. If you've been feeling recently like, okay, I got to do this and I got to do that so that this can happen, so that can happen, so I get this and that. If this is kind of like your mindset behind this, the energy you've been feeling, the things that you kind of been thinking, then this is a really opportunity for you to recognize that you're potentially rushing things, forcing things. And again, you all have to tune into your own intuition to see if this is you or not, or if this is just you maybe feeling really excited and moving forward with things. But there are some of you that are, hastily doing things, just trying to make things happen, get things done, to reach certain goals, get certain outcomes, etc. And you need to relax and surrender your concerns and trust in the process and allow these last few weeks of the year to unfold in whatever way that they need to for you, okay? And don't stress, don't worry. Any action taken from this space is only coming from a place of fear or scarcity. There is nothing wrong with making bold and powerful moves this month, but you do not have to hurriedly do them simply because it's the first week of December and you have to do X in order to get X results by X date, okay? X is where you fill in the blank for you. Okay, they said, we would advise you to take the first week to do what we suggested in the December 2020 energy reading, among other things you feel guided to do, and then move forward. Slow and steady wins the race here. Get your ducks in a row. So in the December 2020 energy reading, which I said I would link in the cards above, I mentioned how they wanted people to self-reflect and self-evaluate, and that's really important. And so I've mentioned in different videos over, the years and this year especially, and I can't remember which one off the top of my head, so I'm just going to repeat myself right now. But yeah, there have been plenty of times in the year where sometimes I feel like, okay, like my mind's like, I got to do this, I want to do this, I have to do this in order to move forward. But when I really tune in inside of myself, I know that that's not the right thing to do for me, just to create something or produce something just because. When I really tune in, sometimes there are moments where I know like I need to be still and be quiet and go within and get in touch with myself and get in alignment, do some soul searching or whatever, like get clarity and stuff. And I got to do that first before I actually create anything, because otherwise I'm just trying to create things without really having a solid foundation. So there are some people here who are trying to create things without really having that solid foundation. So that's why they're saying get your ducks in a row, slow and steady wins the race, because again, in the December 2020 energy reading, it was all about do the self-reflection, do self-evaluation, so you can learn from past mistakes, so you can see what you need to do differently, how you need to be differently, etc. So definitely go watch that video after this, or whenever you catch this, whenever you have time. But you got to kind of do that prep work, that foundational work before actually doing things. So don't rush into things. Everything has its process, its, moment, and just trust in the process. Trust that this is going to unfold. This month is going to unfold for you in the way in which it needs to. And, like they said, you don't have to not necessarily not make any big moves this month, but maybe you think you need to make the big moves right now, when maybe you don't need to make the big moves right now. Maybe you're going to make the big moves in week 3 of this month. And this first week is all about getting yourself together, getting yourself in alignment, getting your stuff, your clarity or whatever, working on certain things to prepare for that big thing that you're here to do. But you have to take the step first. You can't just go ahead and go, into the last step, just because it would make you feel better in some kind of way to think like, oh, but I'm doing this. Like, no, right? There's a process. So, it's like literally, wanting a cake when you didn't take the time to, put all the ingredients together and put it in the oven. Like there's a process. So don't try to have the cake and, before you've done all the other stuff to create the cake, right? That kind of thing. So that's the message for this week. I really hope that this has helped you. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards to see if there's any additional messages for this week. But if you've enjoyed this video so far, this message so far, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Drop me a comment in the comments below letting me know what you thought of this reading. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Hit that bell notification button and change your settings to all so that you never miss out. Let me know what you thought of this nighttime setting, because it took forever to finally come out here and record. In my last video, my December 2020 energy reading video was just so long that it just finally got dark out here. And luckily I had charged my ring light before. So like we have some illumination here, and I'm just like in the garden at night for the first time. And yeah, let me know what you think of that. So let me see if there's any messages that want to come through, any additional ones. Is there anything else that you would like for us to know in regards to this week's weekly energy reading? What other messages would you like for us to know? The like quote unquote like the bad thing about having a ring light and stuff is like kind of blinds you because you're like seeing little rings afterwards because you're just staring at the light. All right, so that's from that deck, and let's see if there's any messages from this deck. Is there anything else you want us to know about the weekly energy reading for this week? Okay. So here we have from this recent deck, Faith. This is Archangel Faith. It says, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. And then from the first deck we have here, Study and Learning. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. And then here we have Archangel Michael, which is you're protected. Crap, you can't really see it because of my ring light. And I just feel like this really, it really does support like the message that I brought forward today, which is all around like, hey, like you're safe. Don't freak out. Don't try to rush through things. Don't try to force things to make it happen. Like let the fear go. Release the fear. Release whatever you're grieving or losing. Like it's okay. It's safe for you to feel. It's safe for you to like look at these things. It's safe for you to let go. Whatever it is that is causing some fear, some anxiety, some heaviness for you, like you're safe, you're protected. In regards to taking action, like you're safe. Don't try to hurry through things, right? Like have this faith, have this calm, this trust. Crap, come on, Faith. Like it's okay, it's all gonna be all right. You just gotta like keep your cool, keep your cool. And like literally, like these two are blue cards, blue cards here. And study and learning, like this is exactly what I was referring to in regards to the self-evaluation, self-reflection stuff that I spoke to in the December 2020 energy reading. Like study and learn, like learn from your mistakes, learn from the past, learn what needs to be different, etc. So that you know what your next steps are. What you need to create that's truly in alignment instead of just creating something just to get it out there or whatever. And that kind of stuff. And also, this really, I feel, speaks to the Archangel Michael and Archangel Faith card. They're both blue, and this is very throat chakra centered. And I feel like this is, what I spoke to in my December 2020 energy reading was about connecting with your heart's desires. What do you truly want? Be honest with yourself. Speak your truth. Speak whatever's really coming up for you and process that and move forward, But you got to really like be honest with yourself and speak things in order to move forward. So, this is all about, speaking your truth. What is it that you really want in life? What is it that you need to change? What is it that you're truly ready for? That kind of stuff. I really recommend that you go watch that other video so that message makes more sense to you. That's basically it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. If you found this video helpful today, if it really served you in some kind of way, then let me know in the comments below by giving this video comment as to how this resonated with you today. Give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Share this video out with any friends that you feel could really benefit from this message and need to hear this message today. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. If you're interested in following me, my social media handles are in the description of this video. You can find me on Instagram, on my Facebook business page. I also have a Facebook community that you can join. And if you'd like to work with me, then reach out to me on social media. My website link doesn't currently work right now, so you're not going to get anywhere with that at the moment. Maybe in the near future, we'll see. But just reach out to me via social media if you're interested in working with me, and then we'll just see what needs to happen. I still got to get ready for that because I haven't been working with people recently because I had to take a break. But you can still reach out, and then once I'm ready, we can see how we move forward with that. But anyway, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. I'm sending you lots of love. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye.